I'm going to go over the best and worst case scenarios for all the teams in the Big 12. And I suggest reading a community post, see what I try to take into account and all this. So, and this is no particular order, by the way, on these teams. So Baylor, aim for the 7-5 at best. Aim for, I don't know how realistic that is, but if it just like what they did really in the off season really worked, then and they could produce on the field, they maybe get up to that point. But 7-5 is more realistic. But worst case scenario is like a 3-9 or 4-8 season. So now Texas Tech is more like aim for or 7-5, but I really see them at worst like 5-7 or 6-6. I don't know how realistic 5-7 is. It's just I know some people are buying the Tech hype. They have not won above 9 games for a while, so I would not buy that. Now Kansas State to me at best is like 10-2 or 9-3. Worst case like 7-5. Now Kansas 9-3 or 10-2, but worst case like 6-6, 7-5. This all also kind of depends on Jalen Daniels' health. So that's another thing. And now Oklahoma State is like 9-3 or 10-2 at best, but worst like 7-5. And I try to also take account what if they didn't make enough changes and they don't improve enough in one particular area as well. So UCF, I see them as like a 9-3 football team at best, and worst case like 6-6 or 7-5. I don't know about 5-7 though. That's why I kind of thought 6-6. Now TCU aim for 9-3 just to get back to a bowl, back to like not really back to where they were in 2022, but better than last year obviously. But worst case, same record as last year, 5-7 or 6-6. Now Cincinnati, to me, they are just really hoping to make a bowl or close to it, like 5-7 or 6-6. In my humble opinion, I could be totally wrong on that, on all these predictions. I mean, best case and worst case scenarios, but I try to be realistic at the same time. In worst case, like 2-10 and 3-9. Now BYU to me is like a 7-5 or 6-6 football team at best, and at worst like 4-8 or 3-9. Now Houston to me in year one of Willie Fritz, at best I see him like 7-5 or 6-6, but 7-5 may be pushing it, and some of these may be like pushing it as well, like on the really best case scenarios. By the way, and at worst like a 2-10, 3-9 football team. Now West Virginia to me at best is like 10-2 or 9-3, and worst case is like 6-6 or 7-5, but I don't know how realistic 6-6 is. But you gotta look at the stretch that they have on their schedule. Man, that's tough. If you look at their schedule, I mean. Now Iowa State to me 10-2 or 9-3, but I don't know how realistic 10-2 is. We'll see. And the worst is like 6-6 or 7-5. So thus, I do not see them missing out on the bowl game. Now Utah, 10-2 or 9-3 at best, and at worst like 7-5 or 8-4. So now Arizona is next on the list. I say like 9-3 is their ceiling, but I don't know with the new head coach, and I know they got some production coming back, but new head coach and all that, and at worst like a 6-6 or a 5-7 football team. Now Arizona State to me, I have no earthly idea, like 5-7, 6-6, but even 6-6 might be unrealistic, and at worst like 1-11 when you look at it. I mean, now Colorado, to me they're kind of like 7-5 or 6-6 at best, and at worst like 3-9 or 2-10. You gotta remember, guys, Colorado does play North Dakota State, then at Colorado State and at Nebraska. So they could start 0-3 on the season if they're not careful, or 1-2. We're gonna have to wait and see what happens on these predictions, if they hold up or not. And I know teams could still add through the transfer portal But I just know there's some stuff gonna with life for me that's gonna be in the way, and that's why I decided to just get this video series started here. So, anyways, if you like this content, hit the like and subscribe button. See you guys later on the road to 600 subscribers. Of course, ultimate goal it's 1,000 or more. So, make money out this course. Liking the video, comment the video really helps YouTube algorithm so more people can see it. Sharing the video does help as well, so more people can watch. And if you're watching and subscribe, hit subscribe button, hit the notification bell as well. And actually, the goal is 700, not 600. If I said 600, I meant 700. But obviously, 1,000 or more, so I can make money off this course.